of Overwatch. It's been in the game forever. They've been playing it, scrimming on it. It's a very standard map. It's kind of fallen out of favor of late, but honestly, if you've been a player since beta, you've been playing this non-stop.
Yeah, I mean, just to put it into perspective, obviously you have the 55-0. It's not only the 55-0, they dropped just one round qualifying for this tournament, EnVyUs. Just one game against Method. That's it. That's both in the Qualified Cup #1 and in the regionals. Just one.
Yeah, and they're so confident. Even walking out, every other team is kind of like timid. Hi, how are you guys doing? They walk out, they're pumping up the crowd. They're super, super excited.
Well, I am super excited as well. I want to see how this one's going to go. You can see Dignitas are going to be on the defensive side. EnVyUs, we'll see if they bring anything special. At the moment, it is looking pretty standard between the two comps.
I feel like this is worse too. You're on the attack, you have the momentum, you have control of the match. Like EnVyUs are coming out of those gates, they're coming right at your face. It's like it's not a fun feeling for sure. And Team Dignitas, I mean, they seem relaxed though. They don't seem like they're taking this too seriously. And maybe it's coming back to that fact that you feel helpless.
We'll see whether, of course, they can hold that initial fight. It would be a big confidence boost for Dignitas. They have had a boot camp recently and been working on their problems. They haven't had the greatest results in the last 2 weeks, but we'll see how it goes. Here we go. The opening exchange comes through, and immediately we see a big charge coming out there. But RTA takes down Coco. The second he comes around, Bromas going to try and get the flank around the hotel, and immediately EnVyUs forced to back away a little bit here. RTA gets around the side, gets himself chips down. Timmy did manage to pick one off at the side, but Bromas chimes in, and now Tailspin really the only man left here. They are still picking up kills. Internet Hall just got himself a quad kill. Where the hell did that come from? The big charge comes in, and Dignitas wiped out on the first attack by EnVyUs.
Yeah, and you see why Hulk is the captain of that team. Usually you're expecting the DPS players to show up, but I think he literally got 5 or 6 kills out of there. That was all Internet Hulk. That is amazing Zarya play, and usually he's playing more of a Winston.
I mean, you can only assume he was fully charged. It's already down to 40, and that's been ticking down for a long time here. But with the payload now moving on the very first attack, we're already looking at a potential fast time from EnVyUs. That was disastrous from Dignitas because it was looking so good. It looked like they had it for a moment there.
They were trading kills blow for blow, and then Internet Hulk just went huge. He doesn't even have his ult. Like, I can't imagine.
This is a very tricky fight here. If it doesn't work out, you see both tanks charging on each other, but it is going to be both of them getting picked off. Harry Hook taken down there. Finally, we see Dignitas starting to reply. Tailspin comes in there, gets himself a double with the Graviton Surge, making that a triple as he gets down Toxica, making a quad kill for Tailspin, and they keep on going. And this is the point. Okay, so now they're going to have to spawn. It's all the way back in the Foundry. They've got a long run to get here. They're only going to meet them just at the second payload marker.
Yeah, so they have maybe 1 or 2 more holds here, but honestly, I feel like Team Dignitas is actually doing a really good job. They're trading kills, and then it just seems like even though they're fighting 3v3, 4v4, they lose those battles. 6v6, they're doing fine. They just need to pull it together, and they need to start popping those ults.
Well, the Earth Chatter comes through, doesn't really catch a great deal. You can see RTA getting taken down, Tailspin just backing off. Have to respect the fact that Transcendence is running, but that's a good charge from Coco. Forces him out of there. Bromas gets himself the double, and at last, Dignitas look to be holding them off, but they've still got Tailspin and Internet Hold to deal with. And finally, we see a stop on EnVyUs' charge, 2 minutes 20 into the game.
Yeah, Bromas so far has been playing a phenomenal game. He is basically carrying his team up to this point. I'm waiting for the rest of Team Dignitas to show up because so far it's been Internet Hulk and Tailspin versus just Bromas, and he needs more help from his team.
He does indeed. Well, sound barrier available. Bromas does have that ulti waiting to go, but Tailspin catches out Numlocked already. Deadeye comes out, they back away around the corner, they have to respect it, using that Transcendence to keep them at bay. Town barrier goes down. It is going to be going the way of Dignitas though, as Bromas picks himself up 1, but Lynx are picked off. The Zarya down, that's a big deal. Graviton Surge comes out from Internet Hook. They catch him out. Timmy gets himself a double. That is going to be the payload going into the Foundry.
Yeah, it's so far an amazing time. It's just consistent. It isn't like they're getting 6 kills in one big team fight. It just seems like they're edging out constantly, getting those 1 or 2 man advantages and then cleaning up. Zarya is a great choice so far from Internet Hulk. He just uses ulti for the first time, but honestly, he probably has the most kills on his team.
Absolutely, working very well. Good use of combo, but now we see a Widowmaker coming out from Link. I mean, this is a hero, it's his favorite hero in the game, something he used a long time ago, but of course we saw a lot of changes. Hasn't really seen a great deal of it. Chips gets himself numb-locked down. That's the big tank picked off, but Internet Hook switching over to that Winston will get picked down as well. Chips gets himself a second. Link needs to start landing these shots. He can see he was looking at Chips, but the rest of his team are already picked off. This is disastrous for Dignitas, and now we're looking at a very fast time. Sub 4 minutes closing in. They have to contest.
Can they touch the payload? The Reinhardt is the only one in position. He's waiting for his team, but he has to go now. It looks like the Zenyatta's going to pop ult just to get on the payload. This is their final chance to hold it, and they need to hold it.
Tailspin standing off the side. He's got Reaper. Copter to go. Comes flying in there. Only gets himself 1, 2. Tailspin gets another. Taimu comes down. RTA tries to do what he can with his ulti, but it's not going to work out. And just one last contest. That will be the time. 4 minutes, 18 seconds. It's a quick one from EnVyUs.
And that's every other team right now just started sweating. They realized, they're like, all right, maybe it's their first live event. Maybe they're going to choke a little bit. You know, Dignitas has just won a LAN not too long ago. And then they come out and they stomp them. I mean, and now you're just like, all right, they showed up. Like, we're in trouble here, boys.
I spoke to Taimu before this event, before they flew, and he was just saying, you know, the first map, maybe the first game, is going to be the really nervous one.
Yes.
And this is, like you said at the time, this is you either beat them now or maybe not.
Not at all.
Just never.
They just understand the game so well. Even before we saw the Widowmaker switch, Internet Hulk already was on Winston.
Yeah.
They know every team in depth. They're ready, they're prepared, and look, they're having fun. That's the most important thing. At the end of the day, this is a video game. It's a team game. You need to have that positive energy, those positive vibes, and they're having a great time, and it's hard not to have a great time when you're winning. And not only winning, crushing your opponent.
Indeed. I mean, that's a big part of it. Obviously, everybody gets along when you're winning, don't they?
Yes.
It's you are the best friends in the world. It's when, when that loss comes in, how they deal with it. And Dignitas, well, they're going to have to deal with a very quick time here. We do see a Junkrat coming out from Tailspin.
Yeah, and I mean, they can take chances here. They can definitely mix it up, because as Team Dignitas, this is such an intimidating thing. They set an amazing time. You're playing against Team EnVyUs. You're looking to go down maybe 0-1 here, and you really don't know what they're going to do. It looks like we're actually might see a Genji here out from Team Dignitas, which is something we haven't seen too much here on this first point so far this tournament.
I'm interested to see if this sticks, because Bromas is on McCree at the moment.
Looks
Not
like
usual. Obviously, ordinarily the Zaya man that goes in there, but we never know. Link's going to be on the Genji. This is a standard hero for him, but no Reinhardt, like you say. This is a very aggressive, get in their faces, and Bromas getting caught straight away. RTA almost taken down from the spawn there, and Drakeus does get taken down from the spawn.
Yeah, and that is exactly what you don't want to see. They're peaking this very aggressive lineup because they know they need to set a fast time, already losing one member, and there's so much spam. You see all these grenades constantly raining in. They lost one already, and they already had to reset. They lose 2 more.
Now let's get it clear. It's a 4-minute time they got to chase.
Yes.
They've only got 4 minutes on the clocks. Now, EnVyUs obviously took the point in the very first attack. They've already been delayed for 30 seconds. This is going to start becoming very tense for Dignitas.
Yes.
We may be seeing a very, very quick first map at this point. Here we go, though. They're going to try and push around the corner. RTA comes straight in, takes a big fire strike straight to the face. Does manage to get Tailspin down, though. That's good in their favor. He's going to have to back away. They're going to see this defensive posture from EnVyUs, sitting back in the archway, making sure they don't get caught out. Internet Hulk gets himself another kill there on Linksa. Finally, they push him off. They've given themselves the first chip on the marker, but that is all it's going to be, I feel. But no, Dignitas striking there. Can Taimu hold them off? It looks like Dignitas hasn't got it.
It's just, wow, look at that flick, that 1%. He barely finishes that Reaper, and he smartly pulls back. He knows he has to wait for his team. They have a chance to contest this, but he has to wait for reinforcements.
Looking towards Tailspin, sticking on that Junkrat. Now we're going to get Internet Hulk jumping in their faces. Taimu does take down Linksa. They went looking for him. Harry Hook comes out. There's going to be the ulti from Bromas. He gets picked off. They've held them off here. The Dignitas forced away. They got themselves the second marker, but that is all. We're already at 1 minute 30 on the clock. We're almost at the point of no return, and it looks like EnVyUs may well hold this first map.
And I just want to say once again, Internet Hulk with the amazing switch. He was on Reaper. He knew he wasn't going to make it back in time to save Taimu, so he switches to Winston. Winston. He gets there that much quicker, and look at, they hold the point. It's at 2 ticks, but they have a chance now at least.
Back around the side, Dragon Strike comes out from Link, but he's got nothing he can catch onto. Taimu comes around the corner, Tailspin chimes in with a kill. Toxican forced to back away, but the Riptide takes his face off, and Coco stands confident with his team at his back as we hit the 2-minute marker. I don't think it's possible to finish this map anymore.
It's pretty much, yeah, it's pretty hard at this point. I mean, if they can even get the first point, I think Team Dignitas are like, yay, guys, we got the first point. Yeah. But yeah, they're going to run into a lot of trouble. Looks like they're going to speed boost in here. It's all or nothing. They jump on the McCree.
Split around the hotel. Deadeye does come out from Taimu, takes down Numlock there. Winston does take a lot of damage. Somebody seems to forgot about the fact that Taimu's around the back. You cannot ignore this man. He's getting himself left-click damage. It's all too easy. You can see the Zenyatta and Toxican trying to do what he can, trying to force him away there, but he's just going to get picked off. You can't afford to let a player like Taimu just be ignored at the back of you.
He was doing whatever he wanted. There's no one challenging him at any point, and he's playing so comfortable. He's going for flanks. He doesn't even need to. He has a Reinhardt. He has a Winston. He can stay behind shields, but he's like, you know what? We're having fun.
Look at Internet Hulk. He's just like, you know what? I'm going in their faces. Why not? Just get straight on them.
Yeah, just ults. He's like, I'm going bananas.
This is GG.
Yeah, this is GG. It looks like, actually, Team Dignitas said, you know what?
Yeah, Dignitas is starting time. That is it. So EnVyUs take the first map in comfortable style. 4 minutes 18 was the time they posted. And that is just a marker to the rest of the tournament to say, you know what, we're here to win this.
Yeah, and the gods are here. Like, we were unsure. We said, you know what, maybe they'll be a little choky at first, but EnVyUs have come, and they've come to conquer. And their name suits them. Every other team right now is definitely envious of them. And it doesn't seem like this was just a stomp. This was a stomp. They should have just stayed in the gates from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, Hastro is here with the team as well. So the owner of EnVyUs, they are obviously, he's put a massive investment into this team. The fact that, as I say, they are the only team that's had this gaming house. They've been over in North Carolina, isn't it?
Yes,
I believe the Ember's household for 4 months now is pre-beta. I mean, to take a team pre-beta is massive. But guys, we're going to go over towards the caster desk, the analyst desk, I should say, on the caster desk. Let's see what they have to say.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, EnVyUs took that first one in a very convincing manner. 4 minutes and 18, that's quite a time to beat, and Dignitas just didn't quite find the answer to it. They didn't manage to break through. Looking at the team compositions, what do you guys think Dignitas could have done, should have done to actually get to that point?
Okay, well, I guess before we get to that, I want to talk about just the desperation plays that Dignitas, because you could see they were trying so many different compositions, they just couldn't find one that worked. There was, and Linkster I want to point out in particular on this one, he played Widowmaker on defense on the last point and netted nothing with that. I mean, obviously it was a desperation play. He was hoping to pick up a kill or two to give them some sort of momentum, at least to halt the progression, but it didn't do anything. And then on the attacking side, he went to Genji, he went to Zarya, he was trying everything they possibly could, running 3 DPS, and they could not make EnVyUs budge.
The thing is that Link's switch to Widowmaker wasn't even negating his potential. It resulted in a net negative result for Dignitas there as well, because he did less than he did on his earlier pick there as well. Look, that last stage, the Foundry in King's Row, it's a good opportunity to use that high ground, but if you're not landing shots, if there's a Reinhardt shield, if you're getting that ground taken away from you, it's a wasted pick.
When a team has that much momentum, I would always argue against picking Widowmaker.
Absolutely.
You're just going to get walked over. Internet Hulk on Winston is going to find you immediately, and again, EnVyUs just playing on another level here. We're going to be able to see, I think, the Zarya cleanup there. We got a perspective on it, just finishing everybody off. And again, I think EnVyUs is just on that extra level where if you get matched up against them in competitive, you'd say, oh, Blizzard matchmaking. Like, this just felt like they were individually just the better team and able to do whatever they want.
Are you sure Dignitas aren't saying that here as well?
Yeah, that's matchmaking.
Or however you did in the qualifier, and it's kind of on yourself.
Yes.
But yeah, so the next map we're going to see is Lijiang Tower. That has been picked by the guys from Dignitas. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think that was a good pick for them or not so much?
I think actually Dignitas are pretty good on control points.
It's pretty good enough against EnVyUs, though.
That's the thing, right?
That's the issue.
You actually look at the records of both teams when it comes to Lijiang Tower. EnVyUs are 21-2. They've won the map 21 times. They've lost twice.
And the only times were against Reunited. Reunited tried to pick this map against them a few months ago. time and time again. Every time Reunited played EnVyUs in the cross-server battle, they picked Lijiang Tower, and they really managed to... There was the only thing that sort of worked against EnVyUs, and even that was 21-2, like you said.
Yeah.
This is not a bad bet for EnVyUs by any stretch.
I mean, back when Linkster was able to play Widowmaker before the changes, these were usually like his maps. He could play Widow to great effect. I'm thinking of Nepal in particular, where he just can't really be dealt with. Problem is that he went from being like a DPS role to like more of a flex role, playing more of like tanky heroes like Zarya, instead of being like the DPS beast that he really is, which is really kind of disappointing for me when you look at Rogue, who originally had Tavik on a flex role, and now he's playing DPS for them, and Wins is being the kind of flex for the team. I don't know, it just feels weird for me to see Linkster on a tank and not on a damage dealer, because it's still, in my opinion, far better than RTR and Bromas.
Do you think they're going to switch back, though? Do you think they see it the same way, or do you think they're going to try to work around it and make it work somehow by switching out something else?
I think Link actually prefers to play Desire here, to be honest. He's the kind of player that I like seeing on a DPS role because he's very unpredictable. This guy will just pop off for no reason all of a sudden. This is very, very much the kind of player that you need to keep an eye on. I called him a firebrand in my interview, and it's just trying to say that he's very hard to keep tabs on, Linkster is, and he will go for the most harebrained plays if possible. With Zarya, it's not as easy to do that. You can't bring that aspect of your game into your team composition.
Well, let's see what Dignitas has up in their sleeves, as they definitely need to have something somewhere to make this work on Lijiang Tower against the guys from Team EnVyUs. And that's game number 2 of this series. And for that, we're going to head over to our casters once more.
Thank you very much. Fantastic stuff. And I mean, we've gone to a King of the Hill map. I get it. I get it. I mean, you've got to make an adjustment. They've just not been able to take the first point, and it was a clean sweep on the payload map. So it's like, okay, let's switch things up. It worked for Misfits.
Yes.
Can it work, though, for Dignitas?
Yeah. Will it? No, not really. I think King of the Hill, I mean, these guys are all very strong mechanical players. You have Winston very strong here. You have Zarya really strong here. Both Internet Hulk's characters. And then you have McCree, Taimu. I mean, you have even the Tracer.
And something that's actually come out recently is, obviously, we've been seeing the return of Farah. And, well,
yes,
you've got Tailspin.
Yeah, I mean, they have so many weapons. It's just such a scary team. And this would be the map. If we were going to see a Farah, it would be on this specific map. So
yeah,
I'm not sure if we'll see it or not. I think they're just trolling right now a little bit, because we do see that Mercy, which we haven't seen in a long time. But it would be interesting to see the Farah. I personally would love it, and I don't know. I think Team EnVyUs can take risks at this point, you know? At the end of the day, if I'm that team, I'm saying, if we have something we want to hide, or we don't want the other teams to study us, why not do something a little different? Why not troll a little bit? They have room to work with, right? A 2-1 or a 2-0 here is exactly the same thing going into the winner bracket.
Well, I'm not sure we're going to see a Torbjorn. Okay, there we go. Toxican finally changing up.
I think that's a little too far.
I was like, that's a little far. I mean,
yes.
you can go far, but I know they've been trying things. But here we go. Pretty standard comms, actually, between the two teams. We are seeing the double tracer, Bromas and Tailspin. And obviously, they're going to be looking for those big, important kills. Don't get that shield charged up too much. We saw Coco and Link trying to put out. But instead, they're going to go for the first engagement. Coco's going to be the man that gets non-lockdown. First blood goes to EnVyUs once again. And you've got to feel it's just going to roll their way. And unfortunately, not a single kill in reply for Dignitas.
And this already feels bad, real bad, man. And you could just see the confidence from the whole team side. We saw Tailspin there. We're following his direction. He literally just shifted right into the middle of the enemy team. And he knows that his team's going to have shields, they're going to have heals, they're going to have everything that he needs. And they're just calling out targets and taking him down one at a time.
And of course, the fact that they did come out on top does mean the ultis most likely will be in EnVyUs' favor early on. They're going to try and get their flank around the side. They're not really working out too well. Bromas trying to stick to that shield as much as he can. He did manage to get chips down on the back there, and Numlock taking some serious bursts, but Coco is going to come out on top in this duel, but the rest of his team are having trouble. Numlock will just get away with the rest of his life, but RTA gets in. RTA causing some serious problems, and EnVyUs have been cleared off the point. Dignitas have arrived.
Yeah, and I want to say almost single-handedly, it is a combination of R-Tier and Bromas. Both of them showed up last round, and they did really well in King's Row, and once again, they're showing up here, and they're getting the kills, they're winning the matchups, they're winning those one-on-one battles.
It's all about the picks, and well, they managed to find the right ones there. Coco taking some damage, but there's going to be the sound barrier that's going to force EnVyUs just to back away from this fight, but Coco gets picked off by Bromas around the back there. Nice pull. Toxicon comes in. Lynx gets himself one down. Now Harry Hook tries to get a reply, gets himself a double kill out of nowhere with the help of Internet Hulk. He's trying to get Numlock down, but he's pulled in by the Graviton Surge. The Pulse Bomb comes through, and he's just going to have to pop that Primal Rage to try and bat them down. But Numlock hangs on and gives a giant charge to the healers. Dignitas stick it out.
And they have a lead for the first time. It's 38% versus 36. Team Dignitas proving gods can bleed here.
They're going to have to back away, though. You can see Coco coming in with Graviton Surge. They're going to try and get it charged in there. Tries to catch it. Catches Drakeus. You can see he gets picked off instantly. Did see the Bromas getting caught up in the Tracer there. He gets backed away. We already saw Dignitas were trying to back away from this one. They knew what was coming, so they will lose out on the point here. They were trying to prepare for this one. RTA is just trying to delay the inevitable. It looks right around the side. Tailspin's going to push on. He's got himself a Pulse Bomb available. There's going to be Bromas going down, and EnVyUs flip it back.
Yeah, and more importantly, all of those kills were super staggered. It wasn't like they died as a team. It's few members tried to run, tried to go get health packs, and they ended up falling late. So now it's going to be an extra 10, 20 seconds in the favor of Team EnVyUs while they wait for their teammates to come up. And you can see that already. It's important not to get staggered here and to move in as one cohesive unit.
Drakeus goes in, leads the charge. Internet Hulk straight in his face. He has to be with the team as much as possible. That's the point of a Lucio healing, but you can see Internet Hulk trying to separate him, but the attackers have got around the back. Bromas gets himself a double. Toxicant chimes in as well, and this is going to be Dignitas flipping it right back in their favor, unless Coco can do something special, and he will get taken down. RTA is doing some serious work here on the Genji.
Once again, Bromas and RTA are just... Seems like they're getting picks too. It isn't like they're ulting, they're getting picks.
All 6 ultis now available for Dignitas. They didn't use ultis going into that fight. Now, we're at 69%. Is this possible? They could stagger them out and hold out in this first map.
Yeah, I would love to see Team EnVyUs to go in dry. You know, bait out some ultimates. Here they're going to trade 1 for 1. That's not so bad. I think it's well worth it versus Zarya ult, but you're still losing members if you can't take the point.
There's the ultimate coming out. Graviton Surge pulling in RTA. Harry Hook gets himself a double kill once again. Taimu comes through, and despite the fact Dignitas had so many ultis stacked up, they've managed to lose so many members in that fight. Looks like they will finally clear it out with a big, angry, primal rage Winston in his face. Numlock slapping him back into the corner there. But Dignitas hold on, 99% overtime. Here we go. Internet Hulk, can he get the touch in there? They're going to force him away. He gets taken down. The overtime's ticking down so quick. There's the Graviton Surge coming in, and Dignitas take map number 1 on Lijiang Tower.
Unbelievable, and this is the momentum you need. I was questioning the King of the Hill pick, but I guess there was nothing else, and it's paying off. That's got to be at least a morale boost for them. I mean, Bromas really showing up.
So something that Dignitas, formerly Creation, said many moons ago at the Takeover LAN, we are the best King of the Hill team in Europe.
And they're proving it.
They've just taken 1 map of EnVyUs, but they've got a long way to go still.
It's still
get ahead of
still
ourselves.
a big mountain in front of them. But hey, that's one step, and it's got to be at least a little boost. I think Team EnVyUs are sweating. I mean, they played their best lineup. It wasn't like they did any troll picks or they were messing around. They really tried that matchup, and they just did not get what they needed from their DPS.
Well, here we go. Let's see what map number 2 has in store for us. They're going to be charging in. No Pharah's still picked out, so don't be looking for those concussive blasts to try and blow people off the side. It's going to be straightforward in their faces. Damage. Taimu's going to charge down. He's going to find himself a quick, easy kill there. Linksa goes down, but the rest of Creation, Dignitas coming in. Tailspin gets Numlock down. Drakeus taken very low, but RTA still on this Genji has been unanswered, and he's causing so many problems. Tailspin finally gets onto RTA, takes a lot of damage down, but he can't pick him off. Toxicum comes chiming in. They have to deal with this Genji.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Tailspin is an amazing player and he's an amazing tracer, but so far right now, I don't think he's doing much for his team. They need to switch something up because I just do not see Tailspin on the board at all getting kills.
Is it time for a McCree? I wonder. I don't know. Harry Hook's going to come back around the side. Can he boop anyone off the edge? It doesn't matter. Chips has been picked off. That's going to be the Zenyatta going down already. He gets booped off around the side. Does manage to keep himself running, but the rest of his team getting picked off. RTA comes in. Dragon Blade running away, and that's going to be a triple kill for him. They hold on 25% to 0 and counting.
Yeah, RTA is doing a great job on this Genji. As you said before, it's basically him and Bromas doing wonderful things. Tailspin got 2 kills there, but it was only after his team already bled out 2 or 3 members, and he only got those kills because he had his ultimate.
Internet Hulk going leaping in, trying to disrupt the team, what he can do, but he separates a little too far. Now the rest of his team do come in. There's the support. Harry Hook and Coco getting themselves 2 kills. That's an important part. They're going to see the Primal Rage. I'm not sure if that was quite needed, because I think they already had the point, but he's just trying to bat them away. You can see it's a numbers advantage in favor of Team EnVyUs. They will flip the point, and 56% was what Dignitas reached. Now, how will they answer?
Yeah, Team Dignitas having one ultimate advantage here. Generally speaking, they have more percentage across the board, but they're looking for combos. You can see Tracer Bomb's almost up. You can see Zarya's ult about up. So they need to wait for that combo. And on the opposite side, Team EnVyUs, they do have that Zarya ult. Will they wait for the Tracer Bomb?
Okay, they flanked around. Zarya's the one you can see the furthest distance there. Now he's going to get himself onto the point. They're going to be all grouped up. This is dangerous times for Dignitas. They're running in as a group in towards a Graviton Surge. They're going to try and catch one of their own, but you can see Coco jumping straight in there. He will catch him off the side. Numlock will go down, and that's a straightforward wipe. Dignitas getting picked off. Didn't even get themselves a pick. Harry Hook, the only man to go down.
Yeah, not many ults being swapped out here either. We still have 3 for Team EnVyUs. We still have 5 for Team Dignitas. So they're playing the long game. They're very patient. They said, you know what? We're going to do a dry run. No one use anything. Let's see if we can get anything baited out. And they got one Zenyatta ult.
Interest and respect we're seeing from EnVyUs there. So many times we'll see them push up and just block out. They've caught them on the bridge with the Graviton Surge. That's only going to go one way, I feel. But it doesn't. It gets countered. The sound barrier does a great job. RTA Toxic can come chiming in around the side there. RTA forced away into the hook. Will catch on towards him, but the rest of the team are falling on the point. And that is going to flip on over to Dignitas. Lynx are burning them down with Drakeas' help. And Dignitas back in charge.
Once again, Tailspin, he died early in that fight. The Zarya ult came out, he did not get his sticky. He did not ult. You can still see at the top left, he's holding onto that ult. And that is the key combo you look for kills there. Because he didn't, his team lost that team fight.
Good damage straight away before Link's going to manage to get the shield up there. Coming out from internet, Hoki will take him down, burns him down with the help of Tailspin. Now you can see they're going to try and look for those damage dealers. Drakeas gets taken down, the support's picked off. It's going to be EnVyUs flipping it back. Now 69% was their count, 81% for Dignitas. Dignitas going to be coming back with not very many ultis, so EnVyUs in a very good position to hold the map out.
Yeah, and Tailspin did a great job there. We've been picking on him so far in this specific round, but there he picked up 3 kills and he didn't even have to use his ultimate until the tail end to pick off the Genji. So they need to hold on to this point. It's very close, 81% to 86, still ticking Team EnVyUs. They have one more hold. Can they do it? He's looking for the boot.
Timing rode the Death Blossom just holding around the corner. Doesn't get a great deal from it, but Linkso managed to get boots off the edge, and that's the important bit. Actually, no, he's suicided. That's tragedy. 97% of counting. They have to conflict it. You contest it as long as they can. That is going to be EnVyUs taking the first map. They can't even get in there and contest. What happened to Linkso there? He didn't get booped off, he just died on the initial impact.
He heard die, 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 and he said, your wish is my command. I will do as you say.
Oh my God.
And he just fell off. Yeah, I like the ultimate. Even though it didn't seem like the Reaper did a lot of damage, it creates so much space. As the enemy team, you hear that, you know that it's close to your team, and you have to decide, are we going in? Are we just going to eat this ultimate and run through it? Or are we pulling back? And half the team pushed through and died, half the team fell back, or one person jumped off.
Well, we're moving into night market. We may see an adjustment. I'm not sure whether Toxican's going to stick with Soldier 76. No, he is going to go back to the Zenyatta. So standard stuff for both these teams. Nobody adjusting. Everybody's sticking to the same combos. They seem to be working. RTA sticking on that Genji as well with Timo on the Reaper. Time will tell who is going to be the better pick as we go diving in to the initial engagement. Who's going to come out on top in this one? It's a real challenge. You can see, actually, it's a different position from EnVyUs. Dignitas ready and waiting to meet them around the side. They try and get in there. Bromas gets around the side. Harry Hook picked off already as they come around there, but it's going to be Tailspin replying. Coco gets taken down, so Botak's already down for the both teams. Tailspin's going to come on through. Lynx is not going to get away. He gets around the side. He goes top with a double kill, just surviving those couple of seconds more. Timing manages to chime in with a kill. Bromas goes back and forward. It's so even, but it's going to be Timing that comes out on top. Toxican, the last man standing, and the support arrives. Numlock back from the respawn.
Yeah, the reinforcement there, the monkey not being scared, jumps in immediately, and they're going to get this point. It was such a close battle. Literally
going the distance with the respawn.
Yeah, so Winston basically just saved that point for them, and now they're going to have a lot more momentum going into this.
Now, of course, both teams going back and forward with the kills. It is finally going to be Dignitas to solidify their hold. Timing's still not been dealt with. He manages to pick off Numlock. Of course, the Winston versus the Reaper tends to be favoring towards that Reaper. Will get taken down, and this is delaying things nicely. We're going to see Dignitas at around about 30% before EnVyUs can contest.
Yeah, they're pushing into their spawn, and they're super staggered. Timer was definitely out of position. But if you're EnVyUs, you play greedy. That's what you're known for, because you always just crush teams. They need to collect themselves. They need to say, you know what, guys, let's play super safe. Let's play conservative, because we're choking here a little bit. We're having difficulty against Team Dignitas.
Well, Internet Hulk going aggressive, but the rest of his team couldn't meet him because they've been locked off themselves. Chips does manage to pick off Numlock from the side. That's going to be Internet Hulk going down. The sacrificial lamb. You hear Timer's ulti coming out there, but not really getting a great deal from it. He did get Linkster down. RTA can't get anything. The Transcendence blocking the Dragon Blade, and it looks like EnVyUs have finally cleared out the point. They're going to flip it in their favor at 54% for Dignitas.
Good hold so far. You can't be too upset, and they're still holding on to 3 ults. So even though they lost the point for now, they already picked off 1, and Chips is still coming from spawn. It's definitely a big opportunity here for Team Dignitas.
Internet Hulk picks off, but Bromas gets himself a double with the pulse bomb. Harry Oak and Coco going down. So while it was flipped, it's going to go right on back to Dignitas, and this is working very well for them on Night Market.
I'm honestly surprised from Team Dignitas. I did not expect them to play this well or this coordinated. It's not like they're overusing ults. They seem very collected here. They're doing everything. They're not overspending anything, and they're being very conservative.
Bromas totally out of position. He's trying to get the flank around, but the rest of the team have already pushed on through. EnVyUs are already there, so they're effectively a 5v6 before that fight even began. Bromas, such a big part of the damage dealer. He's going to come in late, but it doesn't matter. The rest of his team are gone. That point is going to EnVyUs.
Yeah, for sure. And they're at 78%, so maybe they need one more tick. Yeah, that's a questionable ult. They're already kind of cleaned up. They have the numbers, but look, it's actually decently even. I don't know.
I don't know why they're going in 1 by 1 right now. I think they were trying to contest it as long as they could, but it had already flipped. So I'm not too sure on that one. But Harry Hook takes down Numlock. He finally realizes, jumps out of there. But look, they're still contesting it. Link's coming in, but they're in 2s and 3s.
Yes.
What's going on, Dignitas? Get it together. Get back as a team, because they're trying to come in staggered formation. It's not working that way.
Yeah, EnVyUs are fine. They're fine with them being, it doesn't matter if it's contested. If you can't cap that point, it means nothing. So EnVyUs slowly pulling their way back into this game. 56 to 78. Dragon Blade coming out. RTR, can he do it? He's already down 2 men.
He's going to try and get around the side, but Tailspin's already picked himself up the double with the pulse bomb. Gets booted back straight away. Tailspin will go down, but he's going to be the only death, it looks like, for Team EnVyUs. And while it was already at 78% for Dignitas, it's going to surpass that for EnVyUs now. Dignitas, little questionable, little interesting shot call in what's gone on for the last 2 minutes.
And it's not like they're getting staggered. It wasn't even EnVyUs being aggressive towards him. It was just them pushing in too early. You got to understand the numbers game and understand the respawn time and how long heroes take to get back to the point.
Here we go, sound barrier coming in. This is going to be big chance for Dignitas. Do or die time, as it were. RTA is trying to get around the side. Doesn't have that Dragon Blade, so he's just going to have to try and work the shurikens. But Tailspin comes back around the side. The Graviton Surge will hook them in and net them nothing at all. The pulse bomb goes down. Bromas gets picked off, and this looks like EnVyUs will take it on map number 3.
Yeah, not clean though. Not clean at all. It was honestly...
Dignitas should have took it, in my opinion.
Yes, they were up, what, 56?
78% it was to, I think it was like 20?
Yes, and even before that, 56 to 0. I mean, they're playing well, but EnVyUs now about having a little bit more momentum. I honestly am not super impressed with both these teams. It seems like they're playing a lot sloppier than the previous match. It's not as clean, not as coordinated. The calls seem to be kind of questionable. It's like they're making amateurish mistakes. Of course, mechanically, amazing. Especially Team EnVyUs, but at the same time, it just seems like both ends are kind of, it's sloppy.
Sloppy coordination, first game of the day, you know, nerves that come in their group stages.
Yes.
You've been there before in the group stages. It doesn't always go your way in game number 1, that's for sure.
For sure does not.
But here we go, opening up. EnVyUs 2-1 in the lead now after a little upset, but this was the map they lost against Dignitas on the command center. Let's see if they can meet them in the opening exchange, because this is where they got caught out. You can see Dignitas trying to get the flank around the side, trying to meet them on the edge there, trying to get aggressive, but the Toxicon caught out of position. Hario can time move, make sure they count it. Drakeus is going to get forced away from his team, and this looks like it's going easily the way of EnVyUs.
Yeah, and it seems like Tailspin is kind of finding his groove. Just seeing from his aim here, it seems like he's a lot more on point than he was in the previous map, or even the previous rounds, and that just comes with the setting, you know? If you're not used to live play, you haven't done it in a while, maybe the mouse cord's a little too long, maybe you got to reposition yourself, but it seems like they're coming together, and they're only going to get stronger from this point on. Already losing Bromas, he was kind of overextended, and you don't want to go into this jumping in as Winston. Numblock's just going to get picked off too. Actually trading 5v5, but he drops, and
RTA is still getting himself kill after kill. How is this happening? As you mentioned, this should have gone the way of EnVyUs. They picked off the damage dealer earlier. Bromas has respawned, got himself back in the fight, and they've capped out the point. I don't know how Dignitas came on top of that fight. They should know, but EnVyUs do lose it.
Yeah, for sure, like sloppy. You see that, you see somebody gets picked off, usually it's back off, but actually they pull it back. Hey, I can't can't fault them for doing a good job and actually getting those kills.
A lot of ultis here. Timer's going to come in. There's the copter. Getting flow. It's going to be partnered nicely with a Graviton Surge of the opposition, actually. It was Bromas managed to get in with the Pulse Bomb. Everybody stacked up on top. There's going to be the Transcendence. That's going to keep Dignitas on the point. And EnVyUs kept away once again. And they actually have some decent ultis in backup. They still have the sound barrier ready and waiting to go along with that Primal Rage. So they should be able to hold.
Yeah, and I feel like Tailspin just has to back off at this point. And you're not going to really get much. He's trying to finish this Genji. He's got a shield. Will he get him? He barely touches his feet, trickles him down, and now he's fighting 1v1. These Tracer battles are so intense. He throws down a Pulse Bomb, doesn't get much with that, but at the same time, his team's there to back him up. Zariel comes to clean up, and it looks like it's going that side of EnVyUs. They're going to get the point as they can finish that Lucio.
And Drakeus dropped the sound barrier there. I wasn't really too in with his team. His teams have been already picked off. He's going to try and delay it as long as possible. We'll finally flip it back over now. But 58% was the count, and finally they are going to get cleared off here. Numberlock will be the last man to go down for Dignitas. EnVyUs flip it back. But Dignitas, well, they've got some relatively decent ults, and EnVyUs, of course, you can see got nothing on the table. They will have Pulse Bomb available in just a moment.
Yeah, and I'm basically just trying to buy time. They're up at 64%. They have a lot of room to work with this, especially with the ult advantage. The question is, can they get the combos they're looking for? Bromas having that sticky can do a lot with the Pulse Bomb, but Zarya ult isn't up yet, so he doesn't have much to combo it with.
Bromas trying to get around the side there. You can see he's trying to do some flanking work, but Lynx has been picked off. That's a big one to go down, losing out on those shields. Numlock gets on chips on the back there. There's going to be Numlock coming in, get himself a second as well. Harry Hook going down, but Timu's death. Blossom manages to net him double kill, finishes off Toxicum with the left click, and that is Dignitas held off, and EnVyUs take the lead on this map.
Yeah, they're doing such a great job coordinating that Reaper ult. Every time he has it up, you can see the shields immediately coming in from Zarya, protecting him, and he just runs into the thick of it. He's in the middle of the whole team, and he gets the full duration. It's not interrupted. There's no problems at all. Great combo, great play by Team EnVyUs with that Reaper ultimate.
RTA seems to be being focused more. You saw him obviously getting multiple kills before. He's got his Dragon Blade available. He's going to wait for that Transcendence to run out. You can see him getting some range. Now he goes diving in. Looks for Timu, gets him down. Manages to find Tailspin as well. Both damage dealers picked off. Very nice Dragon Blade coming out from RTA here. Picking his targets absolutely perfectly. Getting those resets. But they still have to clear out this Lucio. They can't flip the point while he's on there. And 99%, so EnVyUs managed to take it to overtime. So Harry Hook doing a great job there, just staying alive.
Yeah, definitely a play of the game there. You could see him coming. He's been targeted. They're definitely calling him out more, saying we need to take that guy out. And at the same time, he just comes from the sky.
Graviton Surge available for Lynx, so that's going to keep them away. But remember, if they lose this fight, which they're not going to because Toxicum's just picked up a double, EnVyUs, as soon as they flip it, they will take it. But it's 80% and counting. Graviton Surge still available. Now we're into danger time for EnVyUs here. Dignitas at 85% and counting. This Graviton Surge partnered with the Pulse Bomb. We've seen it so many times. The Pulse Bomb's going to come around the side. Numlock manages to get in there. Doesn't get a great deal from it, though. It's not that creative. Tailspin manages to get around the side. Tamu gets himself a kill on Toxicum, but Brumas chimes in at last. It's a very even fight as they push around, but Numlock will get himself the kill. Overtime is ticking. Who is going to come out on top? We got Drakeus and Numlock back on point, but Tailspin's still in there. Numlock's trying to catch him down. Tailspin's trying to keep it alive. The rest of his team are respawning. In comes the Zarya. Coco's back on point.
Yeah, it's a 3v3, 4v4. He actually pops his Zenyatta ult very early, says, you know what, this is our point. You guys need to back off. They're going to fight. Internet Hope wants to jump in, but he doesn't have room. They're getting pushed off the point. They need to get on it right now.
Numlock stays alive. The Shield's doing a good job, but they're backing up 6v6. Tailspin lands the Pulse Bomb. Takes down Bromas and Drakeus. I think that's just done it. Tamu gets in. They're going to flip it. It will be EnVyUs that's going to take it 2-0 here in the end. 3-1 on Command Center, but I think, ladies and gentlemen, we've just seen EnVyUs' weak point. They are killable on King of the Hill.
Yeah.